Hello everybody, welcome back. On this video I'm going to be making a longbow for the arrows I made last week. The arrow tips, I've used a kit by Bushcraft Essentials, or a survival card should I say. Comes with 3 arrows, obviously I've used 2 of them off this card. Comes with a saw on one side and a knife on the other. So on that video I did say that I've put a little kit together, and in here now is everything I need to make the arrows plus the bow. So yeah, today's video is all about making a longbow. Now I've been down into the woods and I've procured myself 2 sticks of similar width and of similar bend, similar curvature. My idea being on this video is to make a 2-half or a 2-part curved bow as such. The last time I actually made a bow was when I was a kid, and then that was just using a bit of string out my mum's kitchen door and just any old twig that bent in the middle. Basically, that's what I used to use. So yeah, I've got some various bits of kit. That's why I've called this this video a bushcraft kind of longbow, because I'm not in a true survival situation. It's unlikely you're going to have a big knife, a big saw, and an axe. The axe I probably won't need on this to make this particular bow, but I'll be using it as kind of a backstop for when I'm sawing. So I've got the Laplander saw, the big old Bowie knife, and I've got this knife. I'm not going to bang on too much about this, but I've kind of fallen out with this knife, doing exactly the same thing as I'm going to be doing shortly. The blade is actually warped just here, but I'll show you that on a different video. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is, while they're still in this state, before doing anything with them really, is I've notched each end, which I want to be the outer ends of the limb. So that's that side, and I think that one's that side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tongue and groove them. So I'm going to do a cutout just here and then remove some of the material on both halves so they mate up in the middle. So I'm going to do that now, because I may need to put them on the floor to actually use the knife to do the business. So I'll bring you in now and let's crack on with that. With the bow like this, in this direction, I'm going to just cut out about halfway. Not going too deeply, so about there on that one. So there's the mark where my thumb is, so I need the same distance roughly on this one, so I've just measured it out with my thumb there. Again, with the curve of the bow going that way, remove about the same amount of material here, or the same cut should I say, same depth cut. And then we'll see how that goes, and that's where the handle's going to be, or on modern longbows it's called the razor, but we'll call it the handle on this one. So the next thing I'm going to do is basically get the knife and start taking material out down to that point. Right guys, we've run into a couple of technical problems. Basically, one to do with the camera, to do with memory cards. I've only got a limited amount of card space left. I've had to swap out the memory card in my phone and put it in the camera. That's the first one, because it wouldn't let me format my other card for some reason, I don't know why. The second problem, which is pretty much bigger than the first one really, is that when I put the two halves together, after I'd done the cutouts, and I tested it on the ground, it split. Now, hazel shouldn't split, so it's not hazel. So what I'm going to try and do is, rather than be extravagant and make a two-piece bow, I'm going to nip back down to the woods and just find a single piece that's got a bit of bend in it, a bit of green wood. We'll put the string on and we'll test out the arrows. Right guys, so I've made kind of a schoolboy bow. I do know that this wood is silver birch. So I basically tied it off at the bottom, and I've put a groove and a knot at the top. So I'm just going to test it out with the first arrow. I've not put any target in front of me or anything like that. So let's give it a go. Kind of worked. Let's try it with the second arrow. Second arrow was a lot better. Right, okay, so I've refined the bow a little bit. I've made it a little bit shorter. And it seems to be doing a little bit better. And the longer arrow is performing better than the shorter arrow, which I thought it might do anyway. So let's put a stump out there and see how we get on. So that's the arrow I've just shot. It's not penetrated too much, but it would certainly get the job done. And the actual binding and the tip and everything's fine. Bent it slightly, but that's not a big concern. It could be just knocked back the other way. Here's the heads. Not bent them too much. So I've reduced the bow length by about 5 inches off this end. Again, just a slit with a knot. We're probably on the verge of the bow actually snapping now, but we'll give it a shot, see if it helps any. Definitely helps that. Gives it a little bit more power. Let's try with this one. And a lot more accuracy as well, and that's just actually scooped off into the woods there, so I'll have to go and get that. So that rounds this video up, folks. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. give me thumbs up, give me thumbs down, leave some comments. Coincidentally, if you're going to give me thumbs down, go to the shop, buy yourself something nice, come back in a better mood, and then give me a thumbs up. Right guys, I'll see you on the next one.